Long before the red carpets and flashing lights, there was a quiet boy from Seoul who dreamed in the dark. Lee Min-ho wasn't born into privilege. His family lived modestly, and his dream of acting seemed as distant as the stars he watched from his rooftop. At 17, he auditioned for small commercials, often rejected with polite smiles. Too tall, they'd say. Too soft. But every no became a promise. He told his mother one night, "One day, they won't just remember my face, they'll remember my heart." Years later, that heart lit up every screen in Korea. When Boys Over Flowers exploded onto TV, Lee Min-ho became more than an actor. He became a phenomenon. His smile launched 1,000 billboards. His walk turned every airport into a fan event. But behind the laughter and applause, his world began shrinking. Scripts piled up, sleep disappeared. Every handshake came with a camera flash. He was the perfect star, polite, radiant, invincible. Yet every photo took something from him. In interviews, he'd say, "I'm grateful for everything." But his eyes whispered something else. "Help me remember who I was." Then came the injury. A car accident during filming left him shaken and bedridden for months. For the first time in a decade, silence filled his schedule. He stared at the ceiling for hours, hearing echoes of directors, managers, and fans. Everyone calling his name, except himself. When he finally looked into the mirror, he whispered, "Who are you without them?" The reflection had no answer. He retreated from the spotlight. No updates. No red carpets. Just absence. Rumors spread, burnout, heartbreak, retirement. But in truth, he was living quietly in a small coastal town, far from Seoul's chaos. He learned to cook simple meals. He sat by the ocean, listening to the waves instead of applause. He volunteered at a local shelter, introducing himself not as Lee Min-ho the actor, but just Min-ho. The locals didn't ask for photos. They asked if he wanted more soup. And for the first time, he didn't need to perform. 2 years later, he reemerged, not as the flawless idol the world knew, but as someone gentler, deeper. He spoke at a fan meeting. "I used to think my name was the reason I was loved. But I've learned something. Love isn't for the name. It's for the person who dares to be real." His voice trembled, but his smile didn't. The crowd stood in silence before erupting into tears and applause. It wasn't the star they saw. It was the man who found himself again. Fame can build you a crown, but it can't teach you how to wear it without pain. Lee Min-ho lost his reflection in the spotlight, only to find it in the quiet glow of dawn. And maybe that's what true stardom is, not being seen by everyone, but being known by yourself.